The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, Leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent and accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Dockey, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead. as you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years. You stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
It is hockey night here in Michigan as we get revved up and ready to go for tonight's ACHA Division I matchup. Hello everyone, I'm Alex Herman coming to you live from the beautiful Arrington Ice Arena here at Adrian College, joined alongside me as always by Calvin Keys. Tonight we get set to drop the puck between two hard-hitting, highly skilled, fun-to-watch powerhouses that the ACHA has to offer in the visiting Liberty University Flames and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Coming into the game, the Flames sitting at a 4-2-0 record through their first 6 games, and at the other side, the Bulldogs at a 6-0. No pun intended here, of course, but Calvin, what are the keys to the game?
Well, I think for Liberty, they're going to be looking to bounce back from a tough back-to-back losses at Minot State last weekend. Good crowd here tonight. They're going to look to get pucks deep as they did here, set the tone early. For Adrian, it's a next-man-up mentality. Connor Smith scored 10 goals for them last season. He's out of the lineup tonight with an injury, so we're looking for secondary scoring. A deep Bulldog lineup should not have any problems with that.
That is very true. And with that, we see the other Smith. Here's a shot in front. Getting in chance there was Spate, as he almost got a stick on it, but he couldn't find the target on the attempt. Puck is sent length of the ice. Arm up on the play. We'll get a whistle as we head back to the offensive zone for Adrian. Brody Thornton touching up there to get the whistle.
This is a marquee matchup. Really, this is what you see in the dictionary when you look up marquee matchup, because Adrian, the 3rd-ranked team in the country, Liberty, the 5th-ranked team in the country. You were talking to Coach Estalos, and he said that this game could determine seeding for the national championships, and that's still months away here, Alex.
A huge game in the schedule for sure. Determines a lot, obviously, later in the season. Both these teams, an existing rivalry already, did not get to play last season, so this is going to be their first meeting in quite some time, and we'll see how they can adjust. Here's Fultz, bouncing puck in front. Slot shot was taken, but it was blocked, coming off of the skates of Armstrong.
One thing that I'm looking forward to watching tonight, Alex, there's some sizable players in both of these lineups, and both teams find their identity in physical play, so expect to see a lot of hard hits in the course of this hockey game.
Sizable players for sure. Obviously, you can note for Liberty, 6'5" defenseman Colin Baird. We'll see how he can make an impact here in the game. Obviously, a big frame that you can use to put a lot of power into your shots or in your hits. Here's Stanko in the slot, taking a shot. Glove side shot. Just wouldn't go. Tied up top. This pops out of the zone. McLaughlin back in his own zone to get it. Hard pass, sending it down low was Hatcher. That rims around. Hard backhand pass sent around by Verotstek. Chipped up in neutral ice, right by the scorer's box. Bladen trying to jockey for it there. He couldn't get the touch he wanted. Now the other way, here's Fife. On his backhand, stops and pulls up. Was pushed off just for a second, and it was taken away by Cox. Jackknife there, that exits the zone. Going back to get it for the Flames is Hyman. Thornton with some speed, saucer pass. Right side boards, back behind the cage once more is Verotstek. Hyman up quickly. That was Albers on the left side. Now racing around as he's hit hard by Thornton along the glass. Some good pushing and shoving here. Just about 2 minutes 30 into this first frame in this ACHA matchup. Chip pass, glove down and kept in. It's going to be blown down for a hand pass.
I'm interested with that hand pass call. It looked like he gloved it down legally. Interesting decision. But we finally get a whistle. I believe that's one of the first we've seen tonight. Had the icing early on, but lots of continuous play. And you notice both teams trying to get a good start, settling in early. It's a cliche in the hockey world, but it really is important to get those pucks deep, get your forecheck going earlier on in the night.
Always important to establish the zone early. You want to be able to set up your systems the way that you draw it up in practice. Obviously, you want that as consistent as possible so you know where all your players are at one time.
Yeah, it was a little, 1 second here.
Here's Bond coming off the blue line, taking a shot. Went wide to the stick side.
What I was going to say is, as both teams are trying to settle in, there was a bit of a shaky moment for Liberty. Threw a muffin out in front that Stanko almost took advantage of. Those are the kind of things you want to avoid.
There's a chance in front with a shot. It's loose, no whistle. A rebound chance that just goes off the right side post. It looks like DeContier got the initial attempt, but it bounced out of his hold. A scary situation there, but he turns away his first 2 shots of the contest.
Now, do you think that's an instance where DeContney lost it in his equipment or thought he had it? What do you think really happened there, Alex, as a goaltender yourself?
It looked like he held on to it. Sometimes you get the hold that you want, but it takes a funny bounce. Puck might be on edge. And those are the things, especially with bigger equipment, you can't quite feel it as it's happening, so I'm sure he wasn't aware. And a good stick save there to follow up, showing he's still in the game. Way out of the net was Voracek. He played it off the backhand, showing that he's active even out of the crease. We've seen him so far just about 5 minutes in play the puck, I want to say, around 3 times. Dump-in chance there by Kent. That's below the goal line, up into the netting, and we're going to get a whistle here.
I love that confidence from Hunter Voracek. If you're going to make a decision like that, you have to be confident. He didn't bat an eye, came out right away, got the puck back up ice for his team. And Voracek, not just a good puck handler, even though they dropped both games last weekend against Minot State by scores of 4-2 and 2-1, he had a 36 save and 39 save string of performances. So strong goaltender. Bulldogs will be hard-pressed to try to beat him tonight.
A very confident goaltender for sure. Has played all 6 games for the visiting Flames so far, obviously getting his 7th here. Seems like not a reason why the coaching staff can't trust him there. Also put up impressive numbers last season in their campaign. Fell just a little bit short at the national tournament, but they'll rely on him once more.
It almost feels surreal being here with you for Adrian versus Liberty. This has been a date that I know I've certainly had circled on my calendar for a long time. Great to finally be here. Military Appreciation Night. Honored a veteran in the pregame. It's been a great event so far.
Long shot. Heineman couldn't find his target. Circling with it is Schwanke. Up for Cox. Long shot tipped out of the way. It might have been Kent who had the tip on it. McLaughlin's in front. Now he transitions back below the goal line. Bounce pass up. Jammer. Right side with speed. He'll dump that down low once more behind the net for Rostek. He's taken out on a hard hit. And a follow-up chance there, swatting at it in front. Here's Thornton on his backhand, just able to keep it in momentarily. But it was turned over in neutral ice. A long shot front, glove down easily and held by Voracek. I gotta make note of it again. Only 5 minutes in, we were highlighting it just a couple of seconds ago. A little tie-up on the face-off dot. But goaltender Hunter Voracek, so confident, so sure of his movements, especially when playing that puck. Coaching staff, something that you can definitely rely on when you're looking from your goaltender, to use him as a 6th man to generate some offense.
You have to manage it, though, right? He fell over there, a little bit of a scary situation, so you have to pick your moments, really, Alex.
Here's Fife. Right side corner. Rims it around. Thornton looking for a man. He finally finds it and regains it himself. With it there is Klayman. Opens up, tries to make a mohawk. Overval. Now back for Fife. Overval once more, backhand reverse. Taken away by Baird. Talked about him a little bit before. The 6'5" defenseman from Shoreview, Minnesota.
Also brings a lot of leadership and experience. He's the captain of this team. He's a graduate student from Shoreview, Minnesota, as you mentioned, so a lot of experience at the ACHA level. He's one of the rocks that this team is built upon alongside Hunter Voracek.
Fast pace in this play so far. Verisolano. Bond takes it away. Chip pass off the boards with some speed. Here's Smith swiping at it. Had Geiske in front. Bond on the blue line. D-to-D pass. Cruz with a shot. That bounces off, hits the outside of the post. Here's another chance in front. Spate looked for the one-timer. He couldn't put it home. Nice hard hit there in the corner by Geiske.
as a defenseman, you have to be ever so conscious to watch those backdoor forwards. They love to sneak in behind you. Right there, it looked like Liberty defense got caught sleeping a little bit. Spate was all alone, but it was a tough lane to thread that pass through. It came with a lot of velocity, tough to handle for the first-time finish, and just skipped over the stick of Spate.
Some confusion here on the bench. Not really sure what it's for. Coach Gary Estalos having some discussion with the head official.
Yeah, these are two of the best teams in the ACHA, but also that's because they have two of the best coaches in the ACHA. Gary Estalos in his 7th season coaching the Bulldogs, and Kirk Handy in his 23rd season with the Liberty program. That's a guy who helped found Liberty's hockey program, club sports in general. He actually was influential in them building their 4,000-seat LaHaye Ice Center on campus.
That's a spot to watch a hockey game for sure. Obviously, we applaud Liberty for the job that they do on their behalf when they stream their games.
Yeah,
Always able to put out some pretty solid product.
Yeah, I applaud them both on the media side of things, what they do, but also their schedule as an independent school. I think they may have one of the toughest schedules in the ACHA. You look at, they played number 2 Minot State last weekend, now coming to challenge Adrian. They're traveling the country to play the top talent in the league.
Armstrong played a puck over the blue line, and then it was followed up by DeCesare, but it was a step too far. You get an offsides call, 13:02 left to go here in the first period at Arrington Ice Arena. Stepping in for the faceoff, DeJulo and Bartel. It's won back very easily by DeJulo. As a long shot was taken, tipped up into the netting, we'll have to restart once more.
I'll be interested where they put this puck drop. I think it should be in Liberty's end because it took a deflection off a stick of a Flames player. Referees are going to converse. It looked like as Thornton shot it in, couldn't see which Flames player it was, but it took a deflection off their stick and then into the mesh. So you would think theoretically this would be in Liberty's zone.
I couldn't tell if it came off the stick of an Adrian player. That's initially what I saw.
Okay.
But nonetheless, officials deciding face-off being taken in neutral ice right in front of the Flames bench. And circling back to get it there is Nagel. Did he pass with some speed? Here's Bartel, one of the alternate captains for this Liberty University squad. Down low. Good cycle starting here for the Flames. Up top with a shot, and that's held by DeCotinier. Way to fight that puck off through some traffic. Got it at the last second. Some good goaltending skill for sure.
And it's a good bounce back for DeCotinier to make that save, not concede the rebound after the shaky moment we had early on. The more stops he can make to just settle into his crease and I guess have quiet feet, if you will, the better.
Didn't see that chance as it hit off the pad at the last second, but he got down just in time. Scraping the paddle on the ice, closing up the 5-hole. And he'll Bear Claw cover that up once more for the whistle.
Yeah, I don't know if he saw that one. Lots of bodies in front on the screen. Dangerous chance for Liberty.
From up here, it looked like he got set for the shot. And it might have just taken a weird bounce, but thankfully he caught it just in the nick of time. Here's Bladen and DeJulo in the faceoff dot. DeJulo winning that back. DeCesare couldn't get it out. Sticked aside towards the right corner by DeCotinier. Nice step-up hit there by DeJulo. Sent that hit on Otterbright. Flames resetting. Back with it is Baird. Sent a long pass up. It went through the feet of Schwanke. A hard hit behind the goal line. We're going to get an arm up on the play. It's going to be a power play for the Bulldogs. DeCesare racing up the ice. Pressured hard there by Bladen. Some pushing and shoving. DeCesare coming in to put an end to things.
It's going to be Daniel Schwanke going to the box for interference, and I don't know if I like the call. I'm a big believer in reverse hits. It looked like he had the puck on his stick. Adrian player was bearing down on him, really just stood his ground, but it was certainly a big hit, and sometimes when you knock opposing players over, it can draw the attention of the official, whether that's warranted or not. It's not really my place to say, but nonetheless, huge chance for Adrian on the power play, and I'll be interested. You see Dylan Gajewski there on the left side. We usually see Connor Smith in that position, so how can Gajewski step up and fill the role of the injured Connor Smith? We'll have to see.
we progress. Up top, Smith with a shot. That wouldn't go. Gajewski on the left side. Nolan down low for Spate. Now back up top to Nolan. He waits with a little bit of hesitation. Horizontal pass over. Nolan receives it once more with a shot. In the slot there. Thornton with the screen. Verostek with the hold.
Good puck movement off the start here for Adrian. They come into this game with an undefeated 6-0 record. Flames are 4-2, both of those losses coming against the Minot State Beavers last week, as we mentioned. Adrian had a tough test against Dearborn last week, but you get the feeling.
There's Gajewski with a shot. Flashing the letter there was Verostek.
Yeah, Adrian played Dearborn last week. That was a tough game. They fought it out for the 3-2 win, but you get the feeling this is the first real challenge for the Bulldogs this year.
Although last weekend's games were both against ranked opponents, obviously you have to assume Liberty, being the stronger of the three, being ranked number 5, just 2 spots behind the number 3 Bulldogs. So for sure, a lot of eyes on this contest.
While Grand Valley and Dearborn are ranked, I feel like there's almost tiers to the ACHA, and these are 2 top-tier schools. So it's really playing a top 10 ranked team. Big test, see what you're made of, especially without your top goal scorer.
Here's Nolan playing it. Gajewski receives. Gets up the wing. Smith over for Spate. He comes down, left side. Wrap around to 10. Nobody home to put it there.
Love the patience from Spate, waiting it out. Had Thornton out in front.
Gajewski open on the wing, was looking for the one-timer, didn't get it. Receives it there. Looking for a lane, takes a shot that sails high over the crossbar. Trying to pick his spot there towards the right corner. Bond waits, pulls up. Smith with a shot. In the slot, it was cleared out of the way. Just about 40 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4 for the Bulldogs. They've had some solid pressure, but haven't been able to find the back of the net.
One guy I love to watch is number 4, Dakota Bond. Really orchestrates the power play for Adrian.
Cesare, rebound chance in front. Trying to get there with Stanko. Up top, Bond with a long shot that hit a body in front. Looked like it was the back of Stanko as he turned away. Stanko once more, below the goal line. Waits, up for Bond. Fake slap shot. And that shot by Fife was fanned on. That's up top. Couldn't catch the netting. And that's going to kill off the final seconds of the power play as we return to full strength.
Schwenke's going to come out of the box. Adrian was making the appeal that it went into the netting, but looked like it stayed off the plexiglass to me. And a good first kill for Liberty. Good way to start off the night.
Under 10 minutes to go. Here's Fife. On his forehand takes a shot. Sailed just a little too wide. Returning the other way. Here's Calendike. Tried to center in front. It was taken away. Turnover chance. Here's Fultz. He takes a shot. DeContier dropped on the shot as it went over his left blocker shoulder. Looks like Liberty putting a lot of pressure on when they're in the offensive zone. Taking some shots from some awkward places. DeContier hasn't been able to see all of them so far. So it'll be interesting to see how the defensemen for the Bulldogs adjust on the plays as well as DeContier.
I think why you see Liberty taking shots from awkward angles is because the Bulldog defensemen are doing a really good job of protecting the slot in those high percentage areas. Props to them.
A long pass was sent the length of the ice. We got a whistle halt play for an icing.
And Samuel Feemster was making the appeal that he tipped it at the red line. It certainly was close. Nonetheless, Flames will be pinned back in their own end.
Spate and Feemster at the draw. It's one back by Spate. McLaughlin fake the shot. Here's a one-timer chance. That goes a little too high over the glove side. A great scoring opportunity for Sam Spate. He's buried a couple in the 6 games that the Bulldogs have played thus far. This is over in the far side corner. Pushing and jockeying. Finally, that race was won by the Dogs. Gajewski. Now back for McLaughlin. Up for Smith. Chip pass off the glass. Sails down towards the O-zone. D-to-D pass. Baird had it. Smith once more. Off the leg pad of Baird. Dump back down low by Spate. With some speed. Coming up the ice now is Cable. He pulls up just at the blue line. Armstrong had the puck in his feet, but he finally found it. Sent it out of the way. Rimming that one hard around the boards as Nolan there to get the pickup. Armstrong caught Liberty in a change. He takes a shot. Coming a little farther out of the blue paint was Verostek making the save once more.
Talked about how good both of these teams really are. Bulldogs are undefeated in their league. And already we've seen some of the key players for both teams making an impact. Jacob Calendike is a big player to watch for Liberty. Leads the team with 9 points so far this season. Another stoppage. Looks as if Kirk Handy having a conversation with the ref. He was a right wing for Liberty's ACHA Division II team from 1996 to 2000. Earned some accolades during his career, ACCHL Forward of the Year and Tournament MVP honors.
Long chip pass off the glass. Thornton with a lot of speed. Calendike played that off the chest. Nolan will have to restart. Looking for an open man, finally finds Armstrong. It's glove down and turned the other way. With it now is Vericelino. DeContier with the stop for the whistle.
Get the feeling Noah DeContier might be tested a little bit more tonight than he has in his first 6 games. Already 8 shots on net for both sides. DeContier made 31 saves against Dearborn and 34 against Grand Valley last week. But Liberty on pace to give him his biggest test of the year so far.
The sophomore DeContier, obviously coming in last year as a freshman, was splitting time with his other 2 goalie partners, and ultimately towards the back half of the season earned the trust of the coaching staff, taking that starting job and running with it through the national tournament, has held on to it pretty well so far in this season. On the right face-off dot, Clayman. 1-2 stick handles there. Overall, Clayman falling down, couldn't get the shot. He swipes at it and pushes it to the left corner. It's shipped high off the glass. Bond, nice keep in on the blue line. Overall with a shot. Not enough mustard on it to find the target.
Ethan Clemon working hard in the offensive zone. With Connor Smith out of the lineup, he draws in as the 4th line center, so trying to seize his opportunity this evening.
Foot race there, won by the Bulldogs. It was Cruz, followed up by Dakota Bond, getting there just in time to get awarded the icing call.
One thing that has impressed me about Noah DeContier, when we saw that scramble early on in the first period where he lost the puck, it was a dangerous chance for Liberty. As a goaltender, it's often very easy to get frazzled when you make a mistake like that early on in the game. He's settled down, and he has not made any sort of miscue since that moment, so impressive from the sophomore attendee.
Here's McLaughlin, couldn't keep that one in. As a defenseman, you think you're telling DeContier what to do when you're on the ice. Obviously, things picking up here. Communication is key. If you're on the ice, what are you telling them, Calvin?
I think more of the same. I mean, sometimes as a defenseman, you're communicating when there's some long shots like Liberty is taking to try and play the puck and keep it moving. But with the press the Flames are giving, I think he's better off holding on to the puck because you don't want to create any danger from letting it loose with the way Liberty's been crashing the net hard early on in the contest.
Kent with a backhander up for Hatcher that hit the top of the glass. Good visual awareness by the officials. Blows it down for a stoppage.
That was a 1 in a million bounce off that thin top of the pane of glass. And don't see that often, but it comes back in the Bulldogs zone.
Surprised it didn't go up into the netting either. It hit all glass and nothing else. Up top, Baird with a nice quick move. He's able to send that down low. Jammer there in time. Backhands that over the blue line. Backpedaling to get it is Cable. He sends it up. Couldn't find his target on the pass. McLaughlin will do the same. Turnover chance in the neutral ice. There's a 2-on-1. A shot on, and that's held by DeContier. A nice save from him.
Good chance for Christopher Bladen, 5'11" junior forward out of Edmonton, Alberta. Bladen, I've liked his game in all three zones tonight, really. He's made a couple of nice plays in his D zone to find loose pucks and negate scoring chances for Adrian. There we see him really getting into the O zone too easily on the entry and had a free shot on net right in front of DeCottigny.
Uncommon number 2, especially as a forward. Bladen wearing number 34. You see that typically with a goaltender. Here's a chance.
Well, nowadays I think the kids are wearing number 34 for a different reason. One of the best goal scorers in the NHL, Austin Matthews.
Always got to watch out for him. Smith. Down low. Spate up for Thornton. Kept it in. That stays on side. Good individual effort. Gajewski, he scores! Dylan Gajewski puts the Bulldogs up 1-0.
A huge goal, and I'm interested to look at this replay. First of all, it was a really great pass from Sam Spate along the half wall. Skate to stick, pass it into the middle for Dylan Gajewski. That's not a difficult shot to make and place it top shelf. The puck looked like it was bouncing around on edge. Still managed to get all of it and roofed it on Hunter Verostic for the first goal of the night for Adrian.
Prime opportunity in prime real estate in between the hash marks. Like you said, looked like Verostek was fighting it off as the shot was being taken. Puck could have been on edge, bouncing around just a little bit, but it finds the back of the net. Adrian up 1-0.
You got the feeling with Connor Smith out of the lineup, guys like Dylan Gajewski, who have also been significant goal scorers for Adrian, we're going to have to make their presence felt, and that's what Gajewski does here. Late in the first period, a huge lead for Adrian College.
Down towards the other zone. There in time is DeCesare centering her feed. Here's Bond walking in, taking a shot that was blocked in front off the body of Nathan Cox. DeJulo, in and out move. Individual effort there, in his skates, turning to shoot it. Couldn't get it off. Bond at center ice. No icing on the play as it was checked up by Verostek.
Going back to that Dylan Gajewski goal, I wonder if perhaps one of the reasons why that beat Verostek was it was a bit off speed. The puck was moving at a weird angle with the way it was bouncing around. So Gajewski will take it, but I think maybe a little bit of difficulty tracking that one if you're Hunter Verostek.
Hockey is a game of broken plays, and a broken play that was. There were a couple factors that went into that goal beforehand that likely led to it. Here's Cable with a chance. That's blocked off the knee pad of Nolan. Liberty trying to pressure on. Turning and going with it, trying to dump it out. Cable once more. He's on sides, pulls up, sends that towards the right corner, it rims around.
Ooh, Sheldon Nolan gets away with one there.
I thought they were going to call a penalty on that.
Yeah, it looked like he tripped up Fricks, but he'll get away with that one.
Cable over for Fultz. Chipped out of the way. Awkward line change for the Flames. Hatcher will race into the offensive zone to retrieve it. Stankel thought about trying to step up to the blue line as he almost sent a hip check there on Ottenbright. A hard hit by Mott. Player down on the play. Arm up. We're going to get a call here. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Whew. Nasty collision there. Mott laying the boom on Daniel Schwenke, who is moving in hard on the forecheck. I wonder if Mott may have caught the head and neck area of Schwenke. Take another look at the hit here. It was Schwenke controlling it on the boards. Did you see what the penalty call was, Alex? Did they get him for boarding?
I want to say it was boarding on that. I was looking at the replay at the same time. For me, it seemed kind of an innocent play. Nathaniel Mott, obviously a big body, sitting at 6'3", 205 pounds. It kind of just looked like he shoved him into the boards, and unfortunately, the head bouncing off the glass, resulting in the penalty being assessed here.
Yeah, I think sometimes the most violent hits you see is when the player's a little bit off of the boards. It also looked like Schwenke may have caught an edge, but nonetheless, good break coming for Liberty here. They get, I believe, this is their first chance on the power play tonight. So down a goal late in the first period, a power play is just what they want.
Liberty now on the 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. 3 minutes left to go in the first. Here's a shot that was taken off of Schwenke. He was in front trying to get the tip, but it bounced off of his backside.
Talk about a tough couple of plays for Daniel Schwenke. Gets rocked into the boards. and then gets hit with a slap shot from his own teammate, Lazarus Cable. He'll shake it off and keep playing, though. That's hockey.
Here's a turnover chance, just a few paces ahead of Spate. He almost had the breakaway opportunity. Could have been a 2-on-0 as he was racing up with Hatcher. They both exit the surface, bringing Overval on, followed by Armstrong. Cable pulls up with a half toe drag. Now on his backhand, Overval in front of the pass. Offsides, arm up on the play. We get a whistle. Good call by the officials to give a momentary stop and play. 1:06 left to go in the 5-on-4 for the visiting Flames.
That was interesting because it was a delayed offsides against Liberty. They didn't overtly play the puck, but they were lifting the stick of the Adrian College Bulldog that was trying to play it. Haven't really seen a delayed offsides call, but I guess if you're impeding the progress of your opponent from breaking it out, then it's pretty much a similar instance.
Kovic. Thornton not there in time. He was danced through in front. Being pushed along. That was Verisolano. And a long clear for the Bulldogs. Doing a good job of killing off the penalty so far. Bulldogs still up. Only by a tally. We saw it even strength from Dylan Gajewski a couple of moments ago. Olsen. Couple stick handles. Kovic, D-to-D pass. Baird. Back to Kovic. He winds up, takes a shot, kicked aside. Rebound in the slot. It's coughed up. Now behind the cage. A backhand chance. Here's another chance. Wide to the blocker side. Scramble in front. It's cleared. Another scary situation. Pucks seemingly pinballing and bouncing around in front of the blue paint of the Contenier.
And I love the defensive play from Adrian's Ethan McLaughlin. Really tied up the stick of Jackson Versolano out in front as the Contenier was splayed out. The net was empty. That prevented a goal.
We're back to even strength. Under a minute in the first. In the slot, Armstrong muscling along. Overval down low. Centers a feet over. That didn't go. Cruz up top. Long shot. Glove side. Bounced off the back part of the netting. Overval taken down on that tie-up. Cruz able to keep it in. Sent it back towards the right corner. Now below the goal line once more. Rims it back up top. Cruz, we've seen this again. Another shot wide to the glove side. This exits the zone. Cruz speeding as fast as he can. Here's Fiemeister. That's cleared up. A long saucer pass, length of the ice. Arm up. We'll get a whistle. We'll stop. 18.2 left to go here in the first. We'll take the face-off in the defensive zone for the Bulldogs.
It's been even in almost every stat line here. Both teams have had the chance on the power play. Both teams perfect on the penalty kill. Score stands 1-0 thanks to Dylan Gajewski's goal. Liberty's actually out-shooting Adrian with a slight edge, 12-9 at the moment.
Draws tied up. Now one back. Cox up top. A long shot. Went to the glove side and a great follow-up chance. Swatted out of the air by de Contenier. Stopped the initial chance. It bounced off of him, hit the ice. It was tipped for a second. And he gloved it out of midair. A great heads-up play there by de Contenier to hold on.
Yeah, initially it was a C-nice shot from Nathan Cox that threaded through perfectly through a mass of bodies, and Contenier again just staying with the play and a little bit of a flare with the glove there at the end.
Not too much time left here in the frame. Get an icing call once more, 3.8. We'll see if the Flames decide to go with the pulled goalie. Not a lot of time. Rostek will stay in his net. Will continue on even strength for the last part of this first period.
And if you're DeJulio, you got to look to tie up this draw. Can't let Liberty get a clean win in a final shot here.
Good play there. Thornton sending it the other way. One last stop for Verostek. That's the horn signaling the end of the first period. Bulldogs up 1-0 off the one-timer goal in the slot by Dylan Gajewski. A great shot from him. Both teams retreating to their respective locker rooms to draw up some strategy for the next 40 minutes. Zamboni to the ice. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here on ACTV. My name is Alex Herman, always joined by Calvin Keys. and we'll return in a few.
As you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years, you stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
here at Arrington Ice Arena as we get set to drop the puck for the second period of play in this ACHA Division I matchup between the visiting Liberty University Flames and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Like always, my name is Alex Herman, always joined alongside by Calvin Keys, providing the color commentary for tonight's contest. We saw one goal after 20 minutes of play coming off the stick of freshman Dylan Gajewski. A nice one-timer chance in the slot. Kevin, what do you think the Bulldogs got to do to continue their effort here in the next 20?
I think it's more of the same. I like the neutral zone trap from Adrian, similar to Liberty. They both did a really good job of forcing players to the outside, making life difficult on the zone entries, and I like the way they generated chances in the O-zone as well.
Gajewski, the initial goal scorer there, had a hard shot, but it was blocked in front as it was being taken. Time clock running away here in the second frame, just about 30 seconds in. The Flames controlling play, slowly trying to make something happen. It was turned over Gajewski. Here's Smith on his forehand, takes a shot. That bounces off, rebound in front, that hit off the glass. A scary bounce that hit off the plexiglass behind goaltender Hunter Verostek. It was in his feet, he didn't see where it was, and luckily it slid through the 5-hole on his retreat back towards the goal line, and he was able to get the cover. Would have been really bad for the Flames if the Bulldogs could have found a way to poke that home.
Yeah, you have to wonder if he went down in the butterfly there, if that would have gone into his own net.
This is rimmed around the boards. Down low to Cesare. They're winning the race. A backhander diagonally up the right side. With it there was Calendike. And a nice stick save there by the Kanye. Finding his goalie stick on the 15th shot of the night.
Yeah, both these teams with some postseason success last year. Bulldogs, they went 28-6, made it to the semifinals. Unfortunately, fell to Lindenwood, who ended up winning the national title. As for Liberty, they went 28-1. They were ranked 5th in the nation going into the postseason, and they fell to UNLV in the quarterfinals of the national championships.
We talked about it a little bit before the game. DeContier going in that RVH position on the post, making the stop for the hold. Here's a chance in the slot. It was moved out of the way. The Cesare drops it off. Here's a pass coming over. DeJulo on the backhand, stopped on the first try. Not able to cover it up was Verostek. Another chance in the slot, prime real estate. That wouldn't go. In the skates, Vericeleno. DeContier on his backhand. Small saucer pass to Cesare. Drops it off, pulling up was DeJulo. Up off the boards in front of the bench. A long shot up top from the red line. Was chested down, DeContier held it, dropped it. As he continued play, not allowing for the whistle. Coming down the other way. Here's Armstrong with a shot. Wide to the glove side. Cruz, backhanded. Sizing up this play. He pushes Fultz to the outside. Hyman, not able to get control. Verostek out of his net once more. We saw him do it a lot in the first couple minutes in the first period. Playing that puck, a lot of confidence from him. Easy to rely on, especially as if you're a coach. This is up top. Cox sent it over. Nice hit there as a tie-up in neutral ice. Bond plays that off the glass. Cruz down low. He jockeys for it. Stays in and on sides. Jamer. Stanko takes a shot. Down on one knee, making the shot block was Hyman.
Good to see number 13 in yellow back in the lineup. Brendan Stanko suffered an injury against Roosevelt early on in the year. Finally making his return. Big piece of this Bulldog team.
Got to talk a little bit before the game with Coach Gary Astalos, a player that he certainly noted in that lineup there. Doesn't have a letter, but Stanko playing a huge part in the locker room, encouraging the young freshmen on the team, making sure that they're prepared for what's at stake in this game And it seemed like, from what he said, the response was that everybody was fired up and ready to go. It's all tunnel vision from here. And they're going to look to make the effort as they continue on in this contest.
Certainly doesn't take a letter to be a leader. It's up to the entire upperclassmen group to lead the way and show these younger players the ropes.
Here's Thornton. Long shot blocked in front. Down on one knee, going into a split position with Bladen. A backhander. Up for Schwanke. Drew one of the first penalties against the Bulldogs earlier in the first. Not able to win the foot race. Down towards the right side was Fife, as we'll get a whistle, 16:39.
Yeah, speaking of Tyler Fife, I got a chance to catch up with him. He helps out with the sports information department as part of his grad program here at Adrian College. Touched base with him at a women's soccer game earlier on in the week, and he said he was just as excited as me and you were for this game. Number 3 Adrian versus number 5 Liberty.
Calendike with a shot that popped up. DeContier couldn't find it, but thankfully he couldn't find the back of the net.
It's lived up to the hype so far.
Talented on the ice as well as off the ice. A lot of these student athletes excelling in the classroom and other areas when they're away from the rink, helping out the community where they can. Cox, long shot that was blocked and wouldn't go. Overval backhanded it. He changes up, gets new personnel out for Adrian College. A half-fan pass. Kent up at the blue line. Little shoulder check there coming in from Albers. Nice pressure by Smith as he went behind the net to lay the body down. Kent stepping up, Clark picking up his head just in time. DeContier getting the paddle down for the stop.
Feemster giving McLaughlin a rough ride there. You notice Liberty hasn't been able to be cohesive going out of their own zone. I think that's just a testament to this aggressive, persistent forecheck for Adrian. You're noticing that the Flames are having to resort to play the puck off the glass instead of straight tape-to-tape passes. That makes it more difficult to build offense moving forward.
What do you think the Flames have to do here 5 minutes into this second period? Obviously only down by 1, so it's a low score thus far. What do you think they have to adjust going forward in this game?
Well, it never hurts to put pucks on net. Obviously, they're out shooting Adrian, but just trying to get puck movement and get quick releases to try to catch DeContier off guard.
They almost got lucky with some bounces. DeContier, obviously a strong netminder himself, but you can never predict which way the puck is going to go. And we'll see if they can capitalize at some point in this game on one of those chances.
Yeah, and DeContier has given up some rebounds on occasion, so if Liberty's able to crash the net and find those loose pucks, pick up the loose change, I think there's some great scoring opportunities in that vicinity.
Another great stop just a couple seconds ago by goaltender Hunter Vorosek, the senior out of Turner Valley, Alberta, Canada. Played a lot last season and into the national championship tournament. Has played all 6 games, including the 7th tonight. Obviously, you seeing him on the right side of your screen. Making a nice paddle save there. Stepping up, coming off the blue line to Julo. Man in front is Armstrong. He was open, but nobody could get him the puck. A Michigan move almost pulled off there. Would have been interesting to see if DeCesare could have pulled that off. Another chance, stick to side, off the glass. Out of position just for a second was Verostek. Armstrong lost it. Kent will have to get it.
Half the battle with those Michigan moves attempts is getting the puck elevated up on your stick. DeCesare couldn't quite do it.
3-on-2, DeCesare drops it off. That's up top, D-to-D pass. Kent walking in, he takes a shot. Kicked aside, rebound. Not able to put the second chance home with DeCesare. Here's Armstrong in front. Soccer kicks that one out of the way. Kent tried to glove it down, but he couldn't. Schwenke with McLaughlin. DeCesare not able to handle that pass.
I've loved the energy from Daniel Schwenke, making life difficult on the forecheck for the Bulldog defenseman, and his hustle earned them a power play earlier on in the night.
A one-time captain for the New England Wolves in the Eastern Hockey League during his juniors career. So somebody that, as a coach, you obviously want behind your bench and you know can be trusted as a leader.
And Luke Hyman with a hard hit on Cameron Armstrong that actually knocked his cage upwards right in front of the near blue line. Armstrong looks a bit shaken up, but you know hockey players, Alex. They're just going to keep on trucking here as it's a face-off upcoming in the Bulldog end.
They won't give you any reason to believe that there's anything wrong with them. Just because, obviously, as a player, you can sense when somebody's limbering around a little bit, and you can take full advantage of that. So he shoves that off.
Have to be tough to play this sport.
With speed, the big 6'3" forward was Jamer. He raced down below the goal line. Hyman, he shoved off. Stankel will go to get it with Jamer. He gets there first. Good pressure there to try and win possession. Going the other way is Olsen. Thornton, the half offensive, half defensive player for this Bulldog squad, staying on the blue line. Cox took a shot, but it was blocked. Hyman, D to Cox. He sends that high off the glass. DeContier tried to stop it, but it bounced a little bit too far ahead of him. That was in the skates and deflected off of Jammer. Up in the air, Thornton playing it down, danger zone in front of the crease. But knew what he was doing there. Didn't give anything up as he's hit hard and sent down to the ice on the nice physicality by Grant Morton. Likely to see some physicality between these two teams. Obviously a huge rivalry between the two. Fife looking for an open man. He has one in front but couldn't center it. Once more, a pad save. Rebound in front is cleared. A nice stop there by Verostek. Fife trying to play it. He couldn't. Turned it over, coming the other way. Fotz with a nice stick handle move, spinned off. But he couldn't make it happen. Now turning it over, here's Overall on his forehand. Save by Verostek. Spinning off. Klayman lost his stick, arm up, and we're going to get a whistle for a penalty.
I think it's going to be a slash against Nate Albers. Knocked the twig out of the hands of, it looked like may have been Clement there. So another 2-minute power play for Adrian. Neither team able to capitalize on the man advantage so far, but certainly you don't want to give the Bulldogs too many kicks at the can, as, you know, still without Connor Smith, they definitely have some weapons. Interesting to watch. Brody Thornton normally plays defenseman. He bumps up to the forward position here on the power play.
Interesting to see what happens on this 5-on-4 attempt. Here 12:04 in the second period of play. Dogs still up by 1. Smith with a shot, looking for the rebound there. On the stick tip was Spate. Down low, moving in front. Here's Smith with a shot. Waffle boarded towards the right boards by Verostek. Thornton circling back, up top. Here's Gajewski with a long drive, and that wouldn't go.
Sam Spate showing his ability to find teammates in scoring areas again. Had the assist earlier on, as Bulldogs will take that one off sides. Again, just Spate able to make that split-second decision to pick his head up, see his teammates open in a dangerous area, and find the tape of his stick.
Sheldon Nolan on the misplay. Up top on the blue line. Couldn't quite keep it in. 30 seconds only ticking off, so still plenty of time here on the 5-on-4 odd man opportunity for the Bulldogs.
Look at the way they lined up. They have Thorne on the weak side, wide open.
Definitely a set play for sure. A smart coach, Gary Astalos, is for sure. Definitely knows what he's doing. Here's Smith taking a shot. That was blocked in front by Bartel. Circling over. Spate looking for the tip in front was Thornton. That wouldn't go. Another chance that just graced the goal line. Nolan up top once more with a shot. Loose change in front. Can it be picked up? Spate was taken down, and circling that off the glass and out of the way was Bartel.
Liberty continues to hold strong. The age-old saying is that your best penalty killer is your goaltender. That certainly rung true there. Verostek making the extra effort to poke the puck away from the goal mouth with his stick.
Here's DeCesare with some good speed. Had that played off but fought it and was able to hold on. A nice hit there. Bond, D-to-D pass, looking for a shot. It's taken, kicked aside, rebound chance in front. Not able to be put home. Coming the other way, a 2-on-2. Schwanke on the left side, looking for the pass. Coming in with a shot, blocker side save by DeContier. And we're going to get a whistle. We'll find out in just a second. A hulking call might be going against the Bulldogs.
And looks as if Dakota Bond will make the lonely trek to the box, setting up 15 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey before Liberty moves to a power play of their own.
They weren't able to be capitalized on that initial attempt in the first period. So we'll see if they can turn their luck around after the next 15 seconds, as we'll stay 4-on-4 for that length of time. And then we'll switch the 5-on-4 in favor of the visiting Flames. Just about 10:19 to go here in Adrian. Hesitation on the draw. They switch sides. Unsure what the call was there, but likely it was because the penalty was drawn, I believe, towards closer in the left corner. Overval went down as he took the face-off, but almost picked it up. It was a long shot. Loved and held by DeContier. Did you hear a whistle on that, Calvin?
Whistle after DeContier made the save just now.
Yeah.
It was certainly on the quieter side. I think it was the right call to move to the left dot, as that was certainly where Adrian was able to touch up. And
here's a chance in front. A nice save there by DeContier, sticking out the blocker. Flames now up 5-on-4. Calendike opening up. Baird with a long shot, shoulder to side by DeContier. Once more, cycle, looking for the one-timer. Here's a shot taken, shoulder to side, moved away, and it's skied over towards the right corner. Baird once more. A great power play so far for Liberty University. They're putting on the pressure here on the Bulldogs. Winding up, taking a shot. A chance in front, coming off the point there. Baird not able to keep it in as it's swatted away. Kovic had it. Now he sends it for Fricks. Down the right wall. That's back up top. Cable receives it back once more. Umbrella position here for the Flames. Down low towards the goal line. Looking for a shot, wouldn't go. Cable once more. Sends that over for Fultz. Back down low, up to the point. Cable, one-timer with a drive. Rebound in front, cleared out of the way. Cable able to keep it in. 30 seconds left to go on the power play. Another great blocker side save by DeContier, looking strong. Cable winds up with a drive, and they score! It looked like it was tipped in front. I believe DJ Schwenke might be credited with the goal. We'll see it on the replay in just a second.
so it was played up top to Lazarus Cable. He gets set up for the one-time drive, and yeah, from the reaction, it looked like Schwenke got a redirect on it. A howitzer of a shot from Cable, and when the puck's moving in with that speed, any change in trajectory is difficult to track as a goaltender, especially right in front of you. Good eye-hand coordination by Schwenke makes it a tie game.
Things certainly getting interesting now in the contest. We're back to a deadlock score, 1-1, similar to 0-0, except both teams obviously finding the back of the net. Shot still in favor now for the Flames at 23-21. So the Bulldogs haven't been able to put on as much pressure as they did in the first period, as we sit at 8:33 left to go in the second frame.
I have to wonder if Liberty saw something on film, because they have just been targeting the blocker side of DeContier over and over on that power play. There's 3 or 4 blocker side saves that DeContier was forced to make.
Here's a turnover, 2-on-1, Olsen racing in. It was broken up and sent the length of the ice. Kovic spins off. Good patience from him. A long backhander sailed high. Hatcher came back to finish up on the hit. Jamer was hit hard as he tried to touch up with some speed. Here's Hatcher breaking in the slot. Thornton lost control. It was turned over. Stanko lost his footing and took a tumble. Hopefully he's okay. Jamer going to get it. That hit off the top of the netting, and we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, awkward fall for Stanko, as it looked like just kind of caught an edge and then fell backwards into the boards. Glad to see him back up on his feet. We mentioned some of the knocks that he's taken early on in the season. A key piece, and looks like he's no worse for wear as he heads off to the bench.
Can you feel the energy almost picking up here at Arrington Ice Arena?
It's weird. Typically, the home crowd, you don't hear the noise raised when the away team scores. But I feel like almost this Bulldog crowd knows that their team needs their help and trying to urge them forwards to try to get a goal to break the deadlock.
It is interesting to note as well, there have been, I spotted, a couple of Liberty University fans and parents showing up for tonight's game, making the trip all the way out from Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
Getting snowed there. Bond will come in to retaliate against Feemster. He snowed DeContier as he was coming in.
Yeah, Sam Feemster, unfortunate circumstance to be in. He's crashing the net, trying to slow. It's an awkward situation to be in, right? Because you want to slow down. You don't want to collide with the goaltender. But obviously, whenever you're putting snow in the face of the opposing netminder, you'll probably draw some attention from the defenseman. Feemster was trying to say that my bad, wasn't trying to do that. But at that point, it's too late. Bulldogs are going to come to the defense of DeContier and see if any penalties come out of this. Looks like Bond may be heading to the box.
Do you really think that Feemster was truthful in saying that he didn't mean to do it, Calvin?
For me, whenever I would play forward, sometimes you just your first instinct is to stop, right? And then, I don't know. Some people do it in a malicious way to snow the goalie, sometimes not. But Bond and Feemster will both go to the box. And they're still having words with each other.
Saw some words coming over. Obviously, the Bulldog faithful here at Arrington getting in the face of Feemster as he sits in front of the box. Hard to hear from up here, but would certainly be interested to hear the conversation.
Yeah, I don't think the conversation is fit for going out on the television, but certainly some chirps going back and forth, and 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes.
Matching penalties. 2 minutes on the clock for both sides. Bond and Feemster will have to sit in the sin bin for an extended period of time. Under 10 minutes to play. Second frame here at Arrington Ice Arena. 17-15. Time ticking down. Baird behind the net. Played up for Cable. Gingerly starts up ice. Not enough speed. So he'll have to play that back for Baird to restart. Frick circling back just for a second. Gives that over for Cable once more. He circles up and waits at the top of the blue line. Baird. Cycle pass. Here's a shot by Fricks, and that was blocked in front off the knee pad of Thornton.
It's almost pleasant watching the 4-on-4 play because of how tight checking this game has been.
Here's Olsen almost on a breakaway, but getting back just in time was Thornton. Gajewski had the first goal, trying to make a couple of quick dangles. That wouldn't go, and a hard elbow sent on the cage by Gajewski as he'll skate back to the bench to get a change. Surprised there was no call there. Fultz up top, walking in, a shot blocker save. Nagel dumping that back down low.
I think that may have gone off the butt end of DeContier's stick. Sorry to interrupt you there, Alex.
All good. Nagel. Fultz spinning off. Liberty doing a very good job of establishing offensive pressure. They've been able to set up their systems a lot here in the second period. Obviously, able to find the back of the net, but coming the other way, Cruz on a 2-on-1, moving it over. Spate had the back-in chance, but he couldn't get it to go the way he wanted to.
I am astonished that Cruz was able to get that pass through two defensemen. I wonder if Sam Spate was almost surprised that that puck made it all the way to his stick blade.
Could have caught a piece of the ice at the last second, but a good thread-the-needle pass by Cruz. You don't typically see him on the wing, but here's Schwenke once more. He got the first goal. Here's a chance to Contier. Loose puck in front. It's cleared out. We've seen a lot of those chances go off the shoulder of DeContier and bounce up into loose zone. Arm up. We'll get a whistle. It's going to be against the Flames. DeContier not able to reach the bench to get the extra attacker, but nonetheless, play is whistled down. A slashing call going against Colton Kovich, the 6'3" sophomore defenseman.
I think it may have been Chris Bladen, and he just had the chance at the other side of the rink. If he would have just been able to elevate his shot inches higher, would have gone in. Just nicked off the left shoulder of Adrian. On the other end of the rink, takes a penalty for a slash. So 2 more minutes on the power play.
We'll see if the Bulldogs can make something happen here. The Cesare, D-to-D pass. The Julo fakes the shot. Opening up. Here's Bond. One-timer over. That was stick to side. Looked like Verostek lost his footing as he was making his push cross crease. Bond. Over for DeJulo. A field goal was kicked up into the netting. We'll halt play once more. 4:35 here in the second period of play.
Love the stick from Matthew Bartell there. The name of the game is staying goal side of the opponent and really trying to cut down their time and space. That time, Bartell getting in the lane, getting a good stick check in, and we'll see a face-off here.
Sam Spate jumping in the face-off circle, opposed by Truett Olsen. It's one back. Gajewski looking for it. Oh, and Spate had the open net, but couldn't find the target. He wound up with a heavy slap shot on the one-timer. Verostek not able to get there in time until it was behind him.
We could all see it. We thought that was going to be the chance, but power and placement are tough to put together.
We'll see if they can set it up once more. Spate, a noted goal scorer for this squad. Here's Smith walking in, taking a shot. Stopped and held by Verostek.
I think Sam Spate ate his Wheaties this morning because he has the apple. He's had numerous good feeds to his teammates. Another good chance here. See if just had another look at the one-timer. Just inches wide. Tough to get that shot in your wheelhouse. Take another look at it there.
There's Nolan. Gajewski with a shot. He tried to find his own one-timer of his own. Nolan winding up with a shot. That clipped somebody in front. Smith. Over. That shot by Gajewski blocked once more. 40 seconds left to go on the 5-on-4. Thornton coming in, spearheading that puck, trying to break it out of the scrum.
Good kill again by the Flames as they try to send it down. Nathan Cox has soaked a couple of shots here tonight, gets another block on that occasion. Flames unafraid to put their body on the line to help out their goaltender.
Interesting to see how much they go down to try and block those shots. Obviously, as a goaltender myself, everybody's a little bit differently. For me speaking, my own situations, I like to see the shot a little bit more because there's less risk if your player tries to go down for a blocked shot that it takes a weird bounce. But the Flames defensemen all doing fantastic jobs putting their bodies in front of the puck, seemingly putting it down dead. Not too much time left on the power play for the Bulldogs. The Cesare retrieves it. Just barely kept in by Bond. The Julo walking in, top of the circle for the Cesare on the backhand. Loose puck in front. It almost went in, but it stopped at the last second by Verostek. Bulldogs showing some good life here late in the second period. We didn't see them much in the offensive zone trying to pick their spots as we saw in the first period of play, but turning it on here late for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 15 seconds left in the power play for Adrian College. So really that provides enough time to, if you can get a clean face-off draw, maybe one more shot coming up. But I guess if you're Bartell for the Flames, like we talked about at the end of the first period, you just got to tie it up and allow time for your player to return to the ice, as Bladen still awaiting his return after he was booked, I believe, for a slashing minor a few moments ago.
Draw not able to be won by Clayman. It's wrapped around. A backhander kept up top by Bond. Chip pass off the stick. Here's a chance in front. And that's stopped by Verostek.
Adrian has sustained O-zone time on this power play, but Liberty is, again, just protecting the middle of the ice well. I think both teams have done it, keeping opponents to the outside, and I think another big thing is clearing out the net front so that Verostek has a pretty clear look at the shots that are coming his way.
Cruz up at the right point, taking a look behind him, knowing that Bladen is coming out of the box. But finally, he'll race into the zone. We're back to even strength 5-on-5 play. Bladen, fresh out of the sin bin, dumps it in. Able to get a change. New squad out for the Flames.
Much needed change for Liberty after their PK unit was out there for quite a while.
Behind his cage, Dakota Bond. Up for DeCesare. Excuse me, that was Armstrong. Cox with Overval. Fricks with it once more. Cruz, a strong slap shot towards the left side corner. Armstrong circling behind the cage. Held on to there by Verostek. We've seen that a lot. They're looking for that wraparound chance from time to time. And it seems like a lot of the time the Liberty defenders able to get a stick on it so that the shots can't be taken, making it pretty easy for Verostek to stop and hold for whistles.
I think one thing that helps Verostek out is he's 6'1" and has quite the wingspan, so he's able to get across and cover most of the net at a moment's notice.
Including a large wingspan. Definitely has some experience for this Liberty squad. Obviously played a lot of games last season. We've noted that a couple times here in the broadcast.
Yeah, how's this for goaltending stats? 25 starts for Verostek last year. 2.35 goals against average, which was pretty solid. Save percentage was .926.
That has to be at the top of the league for sure. Just about over a 900 per game for save percentage. Exactly what you want as a coach looking in your starting goaltender. Nagel with a chip pass. Down low for McLaughlin. Stalls for a second. Calls his personnel, drawing up the play they practiced. With some speed is Hatcher. He's tripped up on the play. We're going to get a whistle once more at 1:45 left to go. 2-minute power play. Again for the Bulldogs. Going to the box there is going to be Truett Olsen.
Yeah, Truett Olsen going to the box for tripping. It's really interesting to look at kind of the Christian hockey pipeline, the FCA hockey program that Liberty has going. North Star Christian Academy is where Truett Olsen played his travel hockey and then able to connect that, move forwards to Liberty, which is another prominent Christian hockey program. Cool to see that connection. Younger brother, not to name drop, but my younger brother Titus is playing at North Star Christian Academy right now, nursing a shoulder injury. Looking forward to getting back to play soon.
We continue on. Up at the top, Nolan, a bouncing puck. Not able to find the way they wanted. Nolan looking for that lane once more. Over for Smith. Down low cycle. Nolan just got enough of a handle on it. Gajewski, he's got the heavy shot for this Bulldog squad. A bounce off the boards. Thornton taken down hard. Gajewski. Pressure on. Over for Spate. Looking for the one-timer. He takes it. A hard shot. Sails high and wide.
Ooh, they've had the power behind the one-timers. Just haven't been able to place it where Mama hides the cookies so far.
He's got some mustard on that shot. They rely on him a lot. That is Dylan Gajewski. Obviously getting the sole goal thus far for the Bulldogs. Freshman.
Wow, Ottenbright really just hacked Gajewski to the ice. Thought that could have set up a 5-on-3.
Officials thought otherwise. Schwanke stalling some time off the 5-on-4. He sends it the other way. Back with it is Smith. Dropped it for Bond.
One last rush here for the Bulldogs on the power play in the second period. At the end of the first, it was 1-0 Adrian. Liberty has responded in this second period with a power play goal. Can Adrian find one in the late stages?
DeCesare tried to play it off of the boards. Wraps around the high glass. Now down low below the goal line. Time ticking down here. Fife will have to make a move. He comes down the right side. Not a lot of time left to kick save there. A rebound in front. And that's going to be it for the second period. If there was some more time on the play, could have seen that rebound put home.
Nate Albers and Dylan Kent making each other's acquaintance right now, or actually that was Matthew DeCesare. But heading into the second intermission, I think it was more of the same. Tight checking hockey, good defensive hockey. The difference was Liberty's successful power play and a great tip in front from Daniel Schwenke.
So after 40 minutes of play, we sit deadlocked at a score of 1-1. Obviously, the Liberty Flames finding the back of the net on the power play. Schwenke on the tip in front that came off of the blue line. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Calvin Keys. We thank you for tuning in to ACTV, and we'll return after these messages.
Crosses over, back onto the far side. Rips a shot, she scores!
What if you didn't choose to become an Adrian College Bulldog? Surely you would have carried on with your education and could potentially be graduating elsewhere. But what would you have the honor of greeting Bruiser on campus? Would you have had the privilege of working alongside faculty that know your name? Would you have had the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that is seeking the truth and dignity in all people? Would you have had a creative learning environment that is supportive of challenging you and achieving excellence in your academics, but also your personal and professional lives? This has been Adrian College's promise to us. Just as our families have promised to love us unconditionally and support us through the many peaks and valleys of our lives, Adrian offered a similar promise to us when they realized our potential by asking us to join them. While we have been busy navigating the many what-ifs of our time, none of which we could have imagined, we have indeed found the cane that holds our ribbons of excellence at Adrian to stand strong. Strength and tradition. A tradition that carries on from graduating class to graduating class. A symbolic reminder of the leadership carrying the motto, no victory without work. The Adrian College class of 2021 can proudly proclaim that we have earned our ribbon of excellence for persevering through a pandemic because of our hard work. We have had to learn how to best navigate the many what-ifs in uncharted times. While some of the what-ifs have been answered, it is now up to each of us to embrace and navigate on our own. What if I take that job? What if I decide to continue on for postgraduate endeavors? What if I decide this? What if I decide that? No matter what, you'll be able to face your tomorrow knowing that you are a member of a pack, the Adrian College Bulldogs class of 2021.
Part of the family here at Adrian College are the friends we've made. These friends have gone to games with you, shared late night tales with you, explored downtown with you, and joked around with you at Ritchie. They were in the library with you at midnight studying for the 8 a.m. exam you forgot to study for. And they're there when you cried because you failed that exam. These friends are your new family members now. You will stay in touch with them forever, even if it's just liking their Facebook post about the new puppy they just got. Parents, family, and friends, we cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for us. Thank you for the support and the opportunity for this moment to graduate from Adrian College. You have helped us reach our dreams and goals in life. Congratulations, class of 2021. We finally made it.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13-to-1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Arrington Ice Arena here in beautiful Adrian, Michigan, as both teams retake the ice as we get set to start the third period of play in this ACHA Division I matchup between the visiting Liberty University Flames and your Adrian College Bulldogs. I'm Alex Herman, always joined alongside by Calvin Keys. We saw one goal again after another period of play, this time coming on the receiving end of Adrian College, that being coming off the stick of DJ Schwanke for the visiting Flames. What'd you see on that goal, Calvin?
Just really a great tip in front, assisted by Matt Bartel and Jason Foltz. Schwanke with great eye-hand coordination. Really, when the puck's changing direction right in front of the goaltender, it's almost impossible to save. And as we look at our stats through two periods, we expected this game to be physical, and with that physicality, you also have penalties, obviously. 10 against Liberty, 6 against Adrian, but the thing is, Adrian hasn't been able to capitalize on those power play chances. Liberty's penalty kill has been really good. Both goaltenders have been good as well. Noah DeCotinier on one side, Hunter Vorostik on the other. They're going to be difficult to beat. A big reason why this has been such a low-scoring affair at 1-1, Alex.
It's an even hockey game. Both teams really built brick by brick by talented coaches. As we drop the puck and continue on, just about 10 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Olsen's in the box still for the Flames. As just in a moment, we'll go back to even strength 5-on-5. A nice move by Gajewski. He walks in, was taken down, lost his footing at the last second. Circling back around left side. Nolan up top will backpedal. A soft stick check there, and it moves the other way. Here's a chance up top. Gajewski trying to take it away, but he couldn't. Schwenke, the lone goal scorer for the Flames, getting on that puck there. Once more, dumped in down low. Some good pressure. Schwenke all alone tried to take the shot.
Sliding in was Cam Armstrong, getting in the way of it. Great agility there from the Bulldog winger.
This was tipped over for Armstrong. We saw him at the other end make a nice shot block. A backhand tipped over towards the left face-off dot. Kept in. DeJulo rips one that goes wide to the right. Nice play there. It's offsides, but Jamer getting a stick on it as it just crossed over the blue line, and he dumped it in. Line change out for the Bulldogs.
That was a risky choice made by Cam Ottenbreit. You saw him pick it up on the wall, no-look pass, spinning around right through the middle of the ice. Worked out for him that time, but certainly a play that I imagine Kirk Handy will want him to stay away from.
DeContier got lost in no man's zone. He went out to play. It looked like he was a little unsure of the decision he was making, but luckily it didn't cost him. Here's a turnover chance. 2-on-1. A shot over, and that didn't go. DeContier sliding across, making the stop. Here's another chance. It's sticked up into the netting. A little stick tap there from Jackson Versalono for DeContier.
We just talked about passes a bit sloppy through the middle of the ice. Saw one there from Dylan Kent, and it almost proved costly against Adrian. Can't be sending it cross ice in the D zone unless you are 110% certain that it's the safe play. And that time, yeah, turned over to Liberty and nearly made it a 2-1 game.
Bertel and Stanko at the dot. It was won back by Stanko, but the Bulldogs played it the other way, and we're going to get an icing.
Historically, Adrian has really dominated the all-time series. 9-3 record against Liberty. Teams last squared off in 2020. Bulldogs swept the home back-to-back by scores of 7-0 and 5-2. And the first ever series played between these schools was split down in Lynchburg, Virginia in 2010. 2-1 to Liberty in the first game and 5-1 to Adrian in the second. So these schools have a history, a reason why this is being touted as a rivalry night at the Arrington Ice Arena.
We will see these two teams play another series later on in the season. Obviously, we have 2 home games here tonight, and then tomorrow afternoon between Liberty and Adrian College. And later on down the line, we'll see them play the home arena in Lynchburg, Virginia for 2 more home games.
Down at the LaHaye Ice Center, that's a phenomenal place to watch a hockey game. Talked about the way that Kirk Handy helped in the planning and construction of that building. They have an interesting tradition down in Lynchburg. It's called Midnight Madness games. Puck drop at 12 a.m., and the crowd gets pretty rowdy. They pack out that 4,000-seat barn. I've heard it's an incredible atmosphere.
Almost like watching a professional hockey game if you're attending as a fan or even a spectator. A nifty move there. Clayman playing the body hard.
Of course, not to throw shade at the Arrington Ice Arena either. This is another phenomenal place to take in a game, especially best part is the Wow Cafe and Wingery.
I think for me, you might say that I'm biased. I think this is the best place to watch a college hockey game, certainly in the ACHA. You have such a great atmosphere. The rink is well built. It's clean. There's a lot of great advantage points when you're watching in the stands or from WOW. to come and watch a great hockey game, really.
Yeah, it's a smaller arena. It's very intimate here. You're close up to the glass. I don't think there's a bad seat in the house, Alex.
Not at all. And you get a lot of good fan interaction. Obviously, Adrian College students, fans, parents alike, always showing out for these contests, no matter what team it's for on the men's or women's side. Showing the other team, always reminding them where they're playing. A nice stick save there by DeContier. He turns away his 28th stop of the night.
Yeah, and Arrington's usually pretty busy, what with the 7 hockey teams we have here. NCAA men's and women's gearing up for play. I know our NCAA men's team, they're traveling to take on Division I Bowling Green on the road next week. That'll be an interesting one for sure.
Here come the Bulldogs. With some life is Sebastian Smith. Down the right wing was taken down. Over for Hatcher. Off sides, off a misstep.
Sebastian Smith was racing to get across that blue line, but didn't quite cross over in time, and it'll come back in the neutral zone. Shots incredibly even, 28-25 in Liberty's favor, making the long 11-hour trip up from Lynchburg, Virginia. And you noted earlier there's even some Liberty fans in the crowd. That's commitment. That's the definition of commitment.
You love to see that, especially as a player. Gives you some extra life when you're playing out on the ice surface, sitting on the bench knowing that the people got your back, and they'll travel far and wide to come watch you guys play. Certainly inspiring.
Yeah, and what's interesting is a lot of these players on the Liberty Club are from all across the country. I know Jacob Callendike, he's from Saginaw, Michigan, which is pretty nearby. Scott Bird from Monroe, Michigan, backup goaltender for Liberty. So for some of these parents, I imagine this is the closest thing to a home game they'll experience with being able to watch some of their kids play.
Across the country and other countries as well. A couple of Canadians to note in there, and even a Russian coming in, Alexander Charin. Not in the lineup tonight, though. Here's Schwanke in the slot. Drops that over. Too far ahead. Taken down Gajewski. Spate up for Smith. Miscalculated and turned over. Nice body check there by Gajewski, finishing on Schwanke. Smith calling for the puck. He wouldn't get it, but now he finds it. A little too hard on the pass. Spate couldn't hold on. Down low is Hyman. Restarting and resetting. He's sent down hard to the ice. Awarded by an applause from the Arrington faithful.
DeCesare putting in the shoulder on Hyman, knocking him over behind the net.
Albers plays it in. Bond had it. Gave it to Cruz. He opens up and sends that vertically up ice. Touched out of the air, now on the feet. Couldn't be played. This is over for Clark. Now on the stick of DeJulo. Left side looking for the wrist shot. It's taken. Hits a banner up in the rafters. The 2021-2022 NCHA playoff champion just put up after the end of this past season.
Yep, hit the face of the Bulldog up there on the banner, up in the rafters. Should stay in the Liberty zone. Again, it's stick-on-puck defending from Liberty. It's been their bread and butter tonight. Big reason why they've contained Adrian to 1 goal. I think the lowest scoring game that the Bulldogs have had to this point this season was their 3-2 win at home last week against Dearborn. So
that was a close contest for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Bulldogs heavily outshooting the visiting University of Michigan Dearborn. It was late in the third that the game got to 3-2. A scary situation, certainly, for Coach Estalos. The Bulldogs were able to ultimately pull out for the win.
Yeah, that was a game where Adrian was kind of in the driver's seat for most of the contest, but then Brendan West had a bar-down snipe to make it interesting late in the game.
Bartel elects to rim that around towards the top of the point. Hatcher with some good pressure. Tie up in the corner. It's on the right side. Hatcher with a long backhand. Puck flips up in the air. Crosses neutral ice. Racing back to get it, no icing table. This is over for Baird. Vertically up. McLaughlin will have to get back in time, and he does, touching up for the icing. 13:55 here in regulation.
Yeah, Jason Fultz is pleading the case that he got the slightest of touches on that puck, but It looked like it went clean through. Liberty pinned back in their own zone here on Military Appreciation Night. It was really cool. We had a veteran do the opening puck drop, or rather, it was a service dog that dropped down onto the ice. I've never seen that before.
Here's Fife with a shot, a good glove save with a goalie mitt from Verostek. Always good to see the servicemen and women who help our country out, keep us safe. Good way to honor them before this ACHA matchup.
I think that service animal might have to go to referee school as a perfect puck drop.
It was. Here's another chance. That time it hit the glove, but it wasn't squeezed. And not able to hold it was Verostek. That's horizontally over. Here's Versalano. Played out and offsides. Cable. This is up for Fife. Swatted at it on one hand, couldn't get a handle. Versalano down the right side, dropped over with a shot. Rebound chance in front, it's kicked and saved. Stopped by DeCotigny.
I really love the puck movement there on the zone entry. That was, I believe, Calendike who had the eventual shot, but moving it around with Versalano and Olsen, making it difficult for Kanye to track, moving around in his crease, but ultimately stayed in front to make the save.
Obviously, as you noted, Flames doing a very good job of cycling the puck through their offensive zone. We saw it a lot when they dominated on the power play. They were able to convert once. Here's a shot that couldn't find the target. Gajewski tried to tip it out, played it off of his skate. Obviously, Bulldogs will look to combat what the Flames do in the offensive zone. A strong team for sure. That sailed high into the netting. We'll stop play just for a second.
Again, that's just Thomas Nagel with a well-timed poke check on Sebastian Smith. If I had $1 for every time Liberty has gotten a stick in the lane and deflected the puck out of play, I'd be a rich man.
We have seen a lot of pucks go up into the netting on both sides. Obviously, both teams not leaving a lot of room for each other. That's why we have such a low score here at 1-1. But that's almost a good thing. Obviously, from a defensive side, that's what you want as a coach. You know that the guys back on the blue line and covering in front of the net are doing a great job of clearing bodies in front. Here's a chance. Smith with a shot, rebound in front. That wouldn't go. Bond trying to fight for it up at the blue line. He takes it away. He rips up neutral ice. Now over the blue line, that shot was taken and it was blocked. Taken down there. Foltz will have to restart.
I think that was one of the best saves we've seen tonight from Verostek on Sebastian Smith.
Coming down, Cox drops it for Foltz, takes a shot. Easily held by DeCotigny. Bond will come in to support him.
Yeah, Foltz has been right in the middle of things tonight. He had 5 goals so far coming into this game to lead the team. And Foltz was also tied with Bartel and Calendike last year for the team leading goals with 14.
Right side draw. Officials holding up just for a second. Now finally they drop the puck. Cable with a shot. Sliding across the ice was Armstrong. Kicking that out. Looking like a goaltender himself on that one.
That's what I was going to say, the pad stack.
Can't go wrong with the classic moveset there. You don't see it too often with goaltenders today, but every once in a while they're able to work it in. And when you get it, sure does it look good.
That looked like the pad stack from your ACHA D2 team pictures, Alex.
Check that on Instagram.
Give the Ginger Tender a follow.
Here's Nolan up at neutral ice. Armstrong to Cesare. A stick handle he shoved off. Good consistency there. Now back turning it over. He's chipped up. DiGiulio had it. Glove down by Armstrong. He circles back and races in. A long slap shot. Stopped by Verostek.
11:53 to go. In this third period, shots 29-28 in Liberty's favor. Again, only 2 goals we've seen tonight. Dylan Gajewski getting on the board for Adrian College, and then Daniel Schwenke scoring the only second period goal on the power play.
We return to play. This is behind the net for Jamer. A wraparound chance, kicked aside. McLaughlin looking for a shot. Glove down and held. Jabbing for it is Jamer. Couple pushes and shoves there. Obviously, Liberty players telling Jamer that he couldn't do what he was doing. Never like it when your goaltender gets pushed after the whistle like that. Verostek asking the officials as well if potentially he could get a slashing call on it, as he was met with a swift no.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that kind of activity, right? Because late in the game, with goals have come at a premium.
Can't give up space. Stanko with a shot. Rebound in front. It's covered. Good try there. A change of pace as Stanko came in. Couldn't quite bury the rebound. Putting the Flames on their heels as we reach the halfway point of the third period.
Yeah, going back to my previous thought, obviously you want to have good discipline, don't want to give up power plays to the other team. Have to be responsible in the breakout as well. No funny business. Get the puck out.
Klayman taken down on the draw. With possession with Baird. He gave that up for Cable. He races in a nice move. Now on the right side, takes a shot, sails high over the crossbar. Hit off the glass, but stayed in. Backhand, down low, tied up on the boards. Taken away. Baird will have to go back to get it. Stops and opens up. Gives that up for Fricks. He couldn't get a handle. Bond chips it off the glass. Overall with some speed to get it back. Cruz up for Fife. He turned up. Didn't get the lane he was looking for. Icing waved off here. We continue on. Klayman. As Albers had that. Kept in up top by Nolan. He walks in, takes a shot, and that goes high. Looked like it might have touched the scoreboard behind goaltender Hunter Verostek.
I don't think that's what coaches mean when they say they want you to leave an impact on the scoreboard, Alex.
I don't think it is either. But that time it did, and it changed meaning. Be interesting to see if the coaches highlight that in their post-game to the players. Here's Gajewski with a strong shot off a skate.
I like the play from Nolan there to bring it down and have a quick shot.
Gajewski trying to do the Michigan move there, but it wouldn't pop up on his stick. And there's a shot. Didn't look like Verostek had a seeing eye on it. A turnover chance. Here come the Flames. Centering it over in the slot. Broken up. Turning the other way with speed.
3 on 2.
That's dropped for Thornton. Walks in with a shot. Rebound chance in front. Spate couldn't get the extra attempt. Now once more, we change possession. Easy on his edges was Verisoleno.
Hyman knocked over at center ice by Sebastian Smith, a forearm shiver.
Under the halfway point. With some haste. There's Smith. Now the Cesare. He muscles on, pushed off. Cox towards his own blue line, takes down Armstrong. No call there. It was behind the play, so I don't believe the official saw it. Nice reversal there. Now turning up. Here's DeJulo on the backhand. One-handed. He shoved off. Mott couldn't hold on to it. This is over for McLaughlin. Long shot. Safe.
You notice as DeJulio was trying to drive in and turn the corner on Nate Albers. Props to Albers for staying with DeJulio. He's a strong player, but Albers just staying between the body of DeJulio and the net, shutting him down. 9:01 left in the third.
DeJulio tied that bouncing puck up. He finds it once more, looking for a shooting lane. It was muffed up. Played down. That was Schwanke. A long shot, glove. Save. Held by DeContier.
You get the feeling whoever scores the next goal, it could potentially be the winner. The way that this game has gone so far.
It's been deadlocked since we dropped the opening faceoff in the first period. Obviously, both teams only finding the back of the net once. Was unsure whether it was going to be a game like this or it was going to be high scoring because you have a lot of offensive weapons on both sides of the benches. Never really know what can happen in one of these types of games. Obviously, two high-ranking opponents here in the ACHA Division I. Jamer tried to glove it and play it to himself. He sends a hard hit there on Cable. Some retaliation and words being exchanged. Fricks on the right side, calling for the pass. He doesn't get it. Now in the slot, here's Hatcher. Some arguing as Stanko gets it over the blue line. And a delayed offsides as it's met by some frustration.
That's the right call, though. You looked at, I think it was Cruz trying to take it over the blue line, or perhaps maybe, I think it was Stanko that was carrying the puck. Kind of cut back at the last second. Cruz was surging forward. It's a poor miscue because this was an odd man rush, a 3-on-2. You look at Stanko just cut back for a split moment. Cruz was coming on with speed. Very close, but looks like the right call here, and it's a shame because would have been a dangerous odd man rush. Haven't seen many of those. They've came at a premium tonight.
That you have not. Obviously, we had that one-timer that Spate had in the second period.
Yeah, it's really just only a handful of chances. There was the loose puck that DeCotigny bobbled early in the first, and then that one-timer from Spate that I thought surely was going to nestle into the net.
Here's Klayman. A backhand saucer. Back below the goal line. It's tied up. There on the puck is Nagel. It's covered up. Some small pushing and shoving up on top of the goal crease. Nothing too crazy there. Officials will separate the players. Keeping good control of this game so far. They've called it pretty even both ways.
Teams making some line changes. Just want to shout out our crew tonight. Obviously, Calvin Keys alongside Alex Herman, and world-class director and Patrick Smith, and world-class cameraman and Kyle Plesha, making tonight possible.
Long stick save by Verostek.
Happy.
This is up at the top of the blue line. Onside play, a long shoulder save. Couldn't be gloved down. First stop was made there by DeCotigny. His 31st of the night. Adrian able to finally jump back on top of the score clock, favoring the shots 35-31. We started off the period in favor of the Flames. Obviously going into the second period, Adrian was on top. So it's changed possessions quite a couple of times here. So the battle of wits at this point to see who has the right strategy and the right personnel to be sent out onto the ice to make something happen.
Yep, we were mentioning our crew. Of course, this broadcast being brought to you on Adrian College TV by exclusively Adrian College students. So really good experience for communication students here at the university, and a full weekend of hockey ahead. These teams will meet again tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'll have the call for that one, and some women's D1 hockey as well in the evening.
Dakota Bond sent the horizontal pass over. It was jerked away. Armstrong for DeGiulio. Nice individual effort. The Cesare bodying and muscling. Moved off possession. Bond will try and keep it in, and he does. Plays it back down low. Armstrong in the slot. Taken away and moved the other way by Foltz. Nice stick handle there. He breaks in, takes a shot, stopped by DeCotigny. Cesare, not a lot of gas in the tank there. Long shift for him. We'll get an offsides.
Yeah, you mentioned the tired legs for DeCesare. Maybe part of the reason he wasn't able to get out of the O-zone in time. Great game so far tonight. You have to wonder, like, it's just going to be the small bounces here down the stretch. Chance here or there that could be the difference, but I think the way both teams have played, there's nothing to separate them.
Can't be mad from either side of the benches. Obviously, strong opponents, strong players. They're all smart. Nearing the 5-minute mark in the third period, we still sit at a score of 1-1. There's an opportunity in front that couldn't find the passer. Here's a shot, hits outside of the goal. Up top of the blue line, there's Jamer. Chip off the glass. Will it carry for icing? It does. Looks like from both sides, obviously these two teams giving a lot of energy into this contest. Will be interesting to see who's got the extra pep in their step as we're late in regulation here. That long shot was taken off the point. Hatcher off the glass, it rims around up top. Played by Jamer. Chipped it in. Couldn't establish the forecheck. Stanko with good pressure. He takes it away. Looking for a man in front. He breaks in. Takes a shot. Rebound in front. How did that one stay out? It bounced on the goal line. Virostek will somehow get the hold. We'll see it on the replay in just a second.
That was Henrik Overval. Couple of swipes at it. Bulldogs walked out of the corner. Overval right in front. Hunter Virostek take a bow, sealing up the right side of the crease with his right pad. A game-saving stop by the Flames goaltender.
Bulldogs knocking on the door here as we're at 5:02 in the third period. Outshooting the opponent 37-32. Play is below the goal line, circled up top. Kick saved by Virostek. Glove down by Thornton. Still onside. That's kicked off the skate of Bartel and out of the way into the netting once more.
Inside the 5-minute mark. Liberty's had the edge in shots for most of tonight, but recently Adrian has taken the advantage 38-32. Overval stays on the ice after he had a grade A scoring chance, but was bested by Virostek.
Puck drop, one back by the Flames. Along the left side of your screen. That's Fricks. Played it over for Kovic, but he bounced it up. Hitting off the backboards. Behind to Cotinier. Stopping to get it there is Thornton. Cotinier obviously standing in front of Fricks. Excuse me, that's Foltz in front. Trying to screen and make things a little bit more difficult.
Thornton taking his sweet time out there, trying to get fresh legs on the ice as Spate just took a check to the head from Kovic.
Spate tried to take it away, but he couldn't. Racing the other way is Foltz. He's pushed off, turning the other way. Bulldogs have some room. Smith over the blue line to Gajewski. He moves it over. Smith with a shot, they score!
Sebastian Smith, a certified snipe. Top shelf in the upper left-hand corner. Talk about a give and go. Smith dropping it off for Gajewski, gets it back, and Sebastian Smith stumbling, mobbed by his teammates, being congratulated on the bench now. 3:56 left. Bulldogs will have to look to hold on to their lead, as that one was a long time coming from Sebastian Smith.
What a play from Gajewski, getting it over to Smith, finding some honey as the Bulldogs are buzzing now. Things getting interesting late in the game. 2-1 lead coming off the stick just moments ago from Smith. Bulldogs up 2-1, 3:33 left to go in the third period. Armstrong with the shot that almost caught the iron. Cruz up top. Down low, cycles around. Armstrong on his backhand now, on his forehand spins it off. Be interesting to see at what point the Flames will try and get a pulled goalie for an extra attacker. Bond coming off the blue line to retreat. He gets there in time. Great defensive play there by him. De Cesare sending it down low. Behind the play, Bond getting a little bit physical with Ottenbite. This is over on the left side. Jamer up top for Thornton. Bulldogs showing life. Jamer breaking down low, looking for the one-timer, doesn't take it, goes a little wide. Nolan had that play jackknifed away, and a good hit there along the boards by Hatcher. Rimming it down low. Thornton picks it up. Stanko up top. Cox will play it down. Time beginning to expire. Stanko fans at Arrington, hoping and praying for the Bulldogs to pull out the W here. They showed out in full force, almost a sold-out crowd. Cable had that pass broken up. Flames look almost rattled at this point. Haven't been able to enter the zone in the last minute 30. Looks like they finally will be able to here. Coming down, a blocker stop. Easily stopped by DeCottier. Great showing from him. This is over for Fricks. Down Main Street. A nice toe drag move. Kick to the left side. Baird, the captain, rips a shot in the skates. Chipped out of the way. Came off the stick of Fife.
Watch for Rostick here. He's getting ready to vacate the crease. Liberty turned it over. He was a few feet out of his net, waiting to head to the bench and give the Flames an extra skater.
Not a lot of time here in the contest. A minute 15 left to go. Flames will have to make their last second efforts. Smith up the right wall. Delayed offside gives the Bulldogs enough time to make a rush. Here's a shot by Gajewski. Hits off the backboard. Under a minute to play. Flames not able to get a pulled goaltender. Bulldogs showing good pressure in the O-zone. Going back the other way. There's a shot that sails high. 43.5 left to go in the third period.
Schwenke clattering hard into DeCottier in the crease as he lost an edge. That zone entry almost appeared to be offsides to me. It looked like one of the Liberty's forwards went in before the puck. But they'll get an O-zone draw. I think Liberty is calling timeout here. Kirk Handy will gather his team to draw up a play, and it appears the net will be empty.
We'll take a quick break just for a second as the Liberty Flames call a timeout. We'll return to ACTV in just a few.
We continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today.
And the slam!
161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
And we are back after that short timeout taken by the Liberty Flames. 43.5, as you can see, left to go on your score clock in the third period. The visiting Flames looking to do everything that they can to find the back of the net to even things up late here in regulation.
So is Adrian calling a timeout now? Is that what we're seeing?
That's what it looks like. Coach Gary Astalos almost icing the kicker, as you will. They waited to the last second to make that timeout call. Smart move there.
Yeah, you can't take the timeouts with you after the game, so you may as well use them. That's what we're seeing here. We'll step aside. Final 43 seconds after the break.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is @AdrianCollegeTV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
And we're back here at Arrington Ice Arena after a second consecutive timeout. The first one taken by the Flames, that second one taken by the Bulldogs very strategically by Coach Gary Astalos as we drop the puck late in this third period, under a minute to play. Empty net for the Flames, 6-on-5. This is up top. Fultz, a one-timer drive, a great block shot there by Overvault. He got in front of it, laying the body down. Here's Cable. Not too much left. Fultz, back and forth passing. They can't find the lane quite yet. Cable, pushed on, will send that towards the left side. Just about 10 seconds left to go. Here's a long drive, they score! On the one-timer, Lazarus Cable with 6.9 seconds left to go.
This game's not over yet, Alex.
When they needed it the most. They were up 6 on 5.
Lazarus Cable.
They tie things up. We'll see it in just a second. That was a heavy shot on the one-timer.
Gets the pass from Fricks. Lots of bodies in front. Finds the bottom corner, and what a celly that is. Jumping into the glass after the goal is Lazarus Cable. 7 seconds left. There's no quit in Liberty. They were taking their sweet time to find that perfect setup.
Here's one last second attempt. A backhander sent on, and we are going to overtime. I don't believe we're going to get an ice cut, so we'll stay live on the air here. 2 minutes on the score clock. Both teams will have to draw up some strategy for a second. What do you think the keys are here for both squads, Calvin?
Put the puck in the other team's net. I mean, it's been tight so far. I mean, some of these bounces, this game could easily go either way, really in the late stages of the third with just a few seconds left. I mean, I was waiting for the Flames to generate a shot chance. They were just so patient, weren't trying to force anything. Waited for a chink in Adrian's armor to develop, set up Cable perfectly. But I believe we're going to see 4-on-4 here, so I think the key is really just getting your guy on defense, because it's almost like man coverage. It's not like the systems you see 5-on-5, a lot more open ice, so you just have to make sure and stay with your guy. Don't allow them to remain open.
You can't quite see it if you're behind your screen watching on YouTube here on ACTV, but I do have the biggest smile on my face right now. We head into this ranked matchup, the number 3 Adrian, number 5 Liberty. We're going to overtime. It does not get any better than this.
There's a reason why the Hockey House picked this as a game of the week, Alex.
Questionable to see if they should have given it as the second top game of the week, but it got the number 2 slot.
You have to talk to your brother about that one.
I won't make the judgment call on there.
I said 4-on-4. It's actually 3-on-3, so this should be interesting. Lots and lots of open ice. Really, what's key in this is puck possession, right? Because if you can control the play in the offensive zone, yeah, just be patient. Wait for the right chance to come. 5 minutes up on the board. And Sam Spate's the guy you want on the ice. I think he's had a phenomenal performance all night. Been able to find teammates and has had a few chances of his own.
So it's Sam Spate alongside with Sebastian Smith. We saw him on the second goal, backed up on the blue line by Captain Sheldon Nolan. Overtime is underway. Here's Smith, long shot. That's gloved down, almost played, but it was held at the last second by Verostek, a smart move from him, so we'll get an offensive zone draw for the Bulldogs. Then obviously on the other side, Matthew Bartel, followed up by Jason Fultz and their captain, Colin Baird. So both C's for the clubs out on the ice to start the overtime.
And with the way teams like to possess the puck in this 3-on-3 play, it's crucial to win the faceoff, as Liberty does here.
Baird spins off behind his net. It's taken away. Scrum in the left corner. It recalculates. Back on the stick of Baird. Baird playing that up for Bartel along the left side. He races up, onside, pulls up, waiting for an open teammate. Here's a turnover. Nolan, here, that's over. Breakaway chance, moving in, off the post, it wouldn't go! Spate hit the post on the backhand breakaway. We continue on. Here's another chance, a wraparound, Smith couldn't get it.
Wow, what a feed from Nolan, seeing Spade in behind.
Bond racing to the front of the net. It's dropped off. Here's a long shot, kicked aside. Rebound chance in front, and another save there by Verostek.
Ooh, I love the move from Sam Spate, moving to the backhand, but Verostek tracked him all the way, didn't give up any net to shoot at.
Puck popped up. DeJulio playing it over. Gajewski couldn't get it. Olsen is open, but it's on the stick of Versolano.
Versolano with fresh legs. just hopped on the ice and they go offside.
A good call, giving the guys on the ice a little bit of a breather. We're at 3:35 in the overtime period. Only 5 minutes for 3-on-3 hockey. Sudden death. The next goal wins unless we can't find one. Then we'll go to a shootout.
Chance for us to get a breather, too. I think my blood pressure's rising here.
We'll have to check it after the game. Here's a 2-on-1 chance. Gajewski's open. That pass wouldn't go. A follow-up attempt. Squirted behind the net. There was a trip, but no call.
Wow.
Gajewski being muscled on. It's taken away by Olsen. He comes down the left side, being pressured by Bond. Lost in the skates. Cable had it. Taken away. Versalano walks in. Through the legs there. Bond with a nice shoulder check as he sends his men down. Followed up a hit on him. Coming the other way. Bulldogs have a 2-on-1. A long pass up. A high shot that sails over the crossbar and off the back glass.
I am shocked that a tripping penalty was not called against Adrian. Truett Olsen was brought down, but we stay at 3-on-3 with 2:43 left in sudden death overtime.
It's Stanko, Hatcher, and Thornton. Unit out for the Bulldogs. Right side, in the slot. Walking in, takes a shot, wouldn't go. Hatcher spins off. Takes a couple of seconds to assess his options. This is over for Thornton, a skilled player. In the slot for Stanko with a shot. Rebound in front. It's held, played out, but we'll get a whistle. Verostek exited the goal crease. It looked like he was trying to play it out. A risky play there, but he gets the whistle.
2:13 left. Spate and Sebastian Smith back on the ice. Smith had Adrian's second goal tonight, trying to make up for the absence of his brother Connor out of the lineup with an injury. Can he find a second?
Spate wins the draw back. Circling is Smith. Space on top. Shot was lost in the skates. Fultz will have to backpedal.
I wonder if Spate was trying to thread that through for Sebastian Smith, who was sneaking in behind.
Looked like it was trying to be tapped home, but obviously it wouldn't go on that attempt. Here's Fultz down the right side. Walks the lane. Here's Baird up top, captain for this Flame squad. Receives it back once more. Horizontally over. That's Bartel. Some circling going on. Fultz now back for Baird. He stops at the blue line. Got walked. Smith trying to push some pressure. 1:27 left to go. Not a lot of time. Liberty looking for the right time to try and get an opportunity. That was on net, but DeContier played it with the glove.
Smart move to keep the play going. Give possession to Spate.
Here's Spate, one of the alternate captains. Over for Smith. He walks down, top of the circle. That's in front. A shot by Bond was blocked off the skate by Baird. We're at 60 seconds left here in overtime. Grip tightening on all the sticks. Here's Bond, walks in, moves it over. Losing his footing was Overval.
That's the kind of night it's been for Overval.
Here he is once more. Sends that over. Looking for a shot, kicked aside, tipped out of the air by Verostek. Another chance that hits the outside of the net. 34 seconds. Here's a chance. RVH saved there by Verostek.
What a spin move by Clement to open up the shooting chance.
Along the right side. Overval with the shot. Sails high. And will stop play with 23.2.
Is there a shootout in the cards tonight?
I want to say yes. I believe that's the play. We'll have to check the official ruling on it. But if I'm not mistaken, if we don't find a score in the next 23.2 seconds, we will go to a shootout. DeJulo wins that back. It was turned over. Not a lot of time left. Fricks behind the goal crease. Under the red line is pressured on by Thornton. A great play by him. He tried to tie it up. A last-second chance, not enough time. It's up, and a shot as time expired. Came off of the stick by Matteo DiGiulio.
Yeah, Fricks and Brody Thornton still tangled up down there in the late moments. It'll be interesting because under ACHA rules, I don't think a shootout is technically mandated. It's up to the teams to decide whether they want to do it or not, but I'd have to imagine that we'll be headed for a shootout.
We're seeing a penalty being assessed, and I think you might be right, Calvin. I'm unsure if we're going to see a shootout. We might go to another overtime period unless something changes in the next couple of seconds, but we got a man in the box.
I'm confused. I guess Fricks, he can't have a shootout attempt now. I don't know. I've never seen that before during a shootout.
Find out to see what happens here. We'll switch sides for the goaltenders once more.
DeCottney doing some house cleaning in the crease, trying to clear out some of the snow. It looks like there's a shootout coming up, and I guess Fricks is banned from participating, more of a timeout than a penalty.
There's the signal we get from the PA announcer. We are indeed headed to a shootout. So an old-fashioned standoff between these two teams. Goaltenders will have to come in big.
So with Fricks in the box, does that mean it's a power play? Adrian gets two guys to go in on the shootout instead of one?
That would be interesting to see if they'd give him a 2-on-0, but I don't think it's going to be the case here. Coming off the bench first for the Flames, it's going to be Jason Foltz, the junior forward out of Alpharetta, Georgia.
Leading goal scorer for the Flames, has 5 this year.
He makes his move, walks down the right side, looking for the net, he scores!
Low blocker side. Tried and true method. Really just a good place to shoot on the goaltender. Low blocker is a tough place to save a shot, as I'm sure you know, Alex.
Always a tough one for sure. Spate, highly skilled for the Bulldogs. Dead silence here at Arrington. He moves in, walks in, and it's stopped.
Ooh. Spate had a breakaway chance late in the third period. Got stonewalled by Verostic, and again, the goaltender just staying with him there. Not fooled by Spate, so now it's 1-0 through one round of a shootout in Liberty's favor.
Calendike looking to go up by a pair for the Flames squad. He walks down, takes a shot, and it's stopped by DeContier as he's met with a great applause.
Jacob Calendike, tied for second on the team with 4 goals, was denied one there by DeContier. A pivotal save.
Here's Brendan Stanko, one of the leaders for this Bulldog squad, making his approach. He walks down, moves it in the 5-hole, and it stays out. So the pressure now on Lazarus Cable.
Wow.
Can put the game away here with a goal. DeContier needing to make the stop to continue.
Stanko shot inches off the goal line. Can Cable end it?
Making his approach. He walks down, taking a shot, and it's stopped, and we move on to a third shooter. DeContier shutting the door. Now it's up to the stick of Dylan Gajewski.
Has a goal tonight.
Can Gajewski even up the game? Down the left side, righty shot. Moves in, takes a shot, and he couldn't get it to go. The Flames come from behind and win it in a shootout.
Hunter Verostic calls game with the save on Dylan Gajewski. A last-second goal with 7 seconds left on the clock for Jackson Cable. Sends it to OT, couldn't find a winner. We go to a shootout, and no, Adrian is blanked in all 3 shootout attempts. Liberty makes the most of 1 out of their 3 chances, and that's all it took. Hunter Verostic take a bow as the Flames take it in a shootout.
A hard-fought win for the Flames. They'll shake hands here in just a moment. Obviously the first loss for the Bulldogs this season. And we'll follow up tomorrow night. Once again, we'll see these two teams face off. 1 p.m. start time.
Yeah, judging from how this game went, you're not going to want to miss it tomorrow at 1 p.m. as this will carry over. A really tight-knit affair and a really cool moment here as both the teams are going to gather for some post-game prayer. Really great game, Alex. Can't say enough good things about how entertaining this one was. In the end, Liberty with just a slight edge in the shootout.
It was a shootout thriller for sure as Liberty comes out on top. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Herman. We thank you for tuning in here on ACTV. We'll see you tomorrow night back at Arrington Ice Arena.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.